Hi, how's everyone? Welcome. Thanks for coming back, and hello if you're new. I swear I stutter badly. I sing even worse. And if you can vibe with a hot mess, then you have found the right channel. We're just doing a straight collective read today, no astrology. Um, we just did Pisces yesterday, so we're just gonna do a nice straight collective read. We're using the First Light Tarot and the Tarot Familiars this time. We'll be getting Angel and Ancestor Oracle messages and the final, insight cards, little tidbits of advice, things like that, symbols and things that we can watch out for at the end. So today, please remember, not all messages will resonate for all of you the same. So leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in your timelines. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which characters you all individually play or where you choose to stand on the stage, whether you are involved, you're observing, or you're a cross watcher. I can only read the energy. So let's get down to the reading. First card to drop out from the First Light Tarot, we've got the Moon. We just came through the lunar, full moon lunar eclipse going into Virgo. That does open a portal within a portal. We're in between the 3-3 portal and the 4-4 portal, and right in the middle on 3/15 we had the lunar eclipse, and it's going to end with the solar eclipse at the end of the month. So we're in the portal within a portal. So it's a time of really reflecting on what path we want to take. Like, can you imagine if you're like in a wormhole or in a hallway or a tunnel, and there's all these different exit points. We want to really choose the best exit point for ourselves. So with the moon phases, what are we now? We are waning crescent in Virgo, I believe. Waning crescent in Virgo. So things are calming down a little bit from the full moon, and we're still looking inward. So this has to do with phases. This is Cancer energy, phases and cycles, rhythms, things that come back and that we push away. It also represents the shadow under the ego that we need to address every once in a while. So let's get a card, please, for the moon. The other cards we got was the Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune. So the moon, the Hangman, Pisces energy, lots going on in Pisces, and the Wheel of Fortune. Please clarify the moon. Thank you. So we've got the Four of Swords in reverse so far. We get, I believe the Four of Swords in reverse is coming out of a hibernation or something. Coming out of some kind of healing. So there may be some in the collective who are finishing up a little bit of healing. Let's see. I'm going to find that card. And like I said, it might be someone coming out of healing or rejecting it. So we got to figure out here it is, what the reverse is. Returning. Returning and an awakening of something that was dormant, I heard. Returning and awakening of something that was dormant. So what was this? It could have been something we were holding inside in order to heal. Something within ourselves that needed healing, so we placed it in like stasis so we could address it later. The Page of Cups. Okay, that's sweet. What about the Page of Cups? Somebody... Oh, okay. Judgment. Interesting. Okay, so the Page of Cups is a message from the... Well, not from the divine. a message of love, but it's very tentative. Not tentative, maybe it's not quite how do I say? It's not brave. It's just like a foot in the water, literally, because it's a young page. So that could be Cancer energy again. Um, but it could be any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And it's a person standing, it's a young person. So this offer or this idea, um, this new endeavor is still young, still new. It's still a spark of an idea. And they are standing at the edge of the water, which is the safe place in the emotions, right? And they dipped their one cup into the water and they pulled up a fish. And it's like kind of gauging the condition of the emotional waters, right? So he brings it up, and many times the other interpreters will interpret this as just like a sensitive, warm young person or an apology. And I get that there could be an apology in here because it's like they're talking to the fish like, "Hey, what are they thinking under there? Is the environment, agreeable to me coming forward and dipping my toe into this?" And with that could possibly come an apology about something. But in the reverse, this means this is oh, it's not in the reverse. That's right. Yay, it's not in the reverse. The Page of Cups. Okay, so it is somebody coming forward from a time of dormancy. I heard it's time because of the moon phase, the moon cycles. I've had time to I say it again. I want to say it's something like I've had time to ponder, I've had time to consider, I've had time to really think about it. There's a different word there though. Not ruminate, but yeah, and then there's a judgment call here. Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. So, within this moon phase, somebody's going to be coming out of a time of emotional healing. Page of Cups energy is very brand new. I can almost see them like waking up in the morning, getting ready for school, a young energy. Now, they don't necessarily have to be a young person, but the renewal of this Cups energy, this loving kind of emotion energy here is young. So you know what I mean? Um, and then there's Judgment here. Judgment is a oh wow. Judgment is a reconsidering of things. Oh, something that had been put to rest. Because the symbolism of the Judgment card is Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet at the end of all things. And there are things that are rising up out of their graves in order to go to the judgment, okay? So there's something here, and it's in the upright. There's something here that is being reconsidered, something that they thought was put to rest. It could be their own intentions of coming back into like the game, right? The love game. Getting back into I want to put my foot back in the waters, right? It's time. Ooh, that's exciting. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot. Wow, coming in hot. Oh, I wanted to say something about this card here. On this card, we've got a cat. This is the Tarot Familiars, so it's all animals. This cat has a spread of cards in front of it. And one of the things he's considering is the moon, which we have right there. And the Fool. I don't know if we'll get that, but the World, I think. I can't see that. The 5 something. But right in front, what is that on there? Is that a bow and arrow? I wish I could see that clearly. But right in front is the Three of Swords. And right behind the Judgment card here is that Four of Swords in the reverse. So the Three of Swords is the heartbreak. The Four of Swords is the recovery time. The Four of Swords in reverse is coming out of that recovery time. And now here he is, excited, but maybe a little inexperienced, just getting back on the horse, you know. In fact, he's a page, he doesn't even have a horse. Just dipping that cup back in the water, putting his feet in. Wonderful Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is sincere and idealistic and romantic and optimistic, and it's all brand new for him again. Okay, on the bottom we've got the Chariot, Cancer energy again, right on top of the Moon and the Page of Cups. Cancer energy again. The Chariot is intention of fast movement. Okay, oh, this is crazy. Intentional fast movement. However, in most cases, in most decks, that Chariot is not moving yet. It is the intention. It is the planning, the getting the momentum. The car is packed. The tank is full. She's on idle. She's warming up. You know, it's about to embark. But like in the Rider-Waite deck, those sphinxes that pull the Chariot are still laying down. The key to sphinxes is that you have to answer their riddle. So there may be just a few more questions that this person needs to answer for themselves before this Chariot can move forward. But so remember what I said with the Judgment card here. He's looking at that first and foremost card in the front is that Three of Swords, that heartbreak. Next to it here is the Moon, which we have. And right in the middle, we said we have the Fool. Well, here's the Fool right under the Chariot. Ready to go. In the upright, no baggage. Fresh-faced, optimistic, looking towards the sun and ready to take that first step. This is so exciting. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, sorry, I bumped it. So let's go to the next card. We've got the Hanged Man. Who is in this energy of reflection? Now, the good thing is, in this deck, the Hangman represents oh, I love this. It's a crossroads, a turning point, a transition point, a decision being made. It's also a symbol of surrendering to explore that deep perspective within. But it's in order to make a decision to go in a new direction. This is a crossroads card. It is the last look underneath before you break the surface. So he's gearing up. Somebody is ready to make the move. And they're here now in this Hanged Man energy, that last breath before you step out the door. So please clarify and elaborate on the Hanged Man. That's too many. I paused at 13:30 for anyone looking for number 6. That could be a time. If people, use the military clock, 13:30, 1:30. For anyone looking for number 6. So here we are at the Hanged Man, the Crossroads card. This is somebody who is in a transition, a turning point, and they are going within to gain some deep perspective. But it also represents the last breath before they come out of that cycle, the last breath before you go through a doorway, the last breath before you enter a new phase. So I want to know, what was the trigger? What was the trigger for wanting this new beginning? What was the trigger here, please? I want to know what the epiphany was. What was the deciding factor here? What was the clarity? What was the aha moment? That's too many. This deck is really slippery. I kind of like it. What was am I asking the wrong question? I'm asking the wrong question. Hang on. Clarify the Hanged Man, please. Oh. We have too many. What was to clarify and elaborate on the Hanged Man, please? Deep perspective. All right, what do we got? We've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. That has been coming out a lot lately. This is actually a good card. The 10 is an ending of a cycle. The 10 of Wands is the ending of a burdensome cycle. And the 10 of Wands in reverse means they are finding a way to delegate some of the load, some of the burden, even if it means putting some down. We explored this in the last few readings. In the reverse, it means that you're going to have to delegate, okay? You're going to have to find a way to release some of this burden, because the 10 means that you're putting it down. But the in reverse, it means you're kind of hesitating because there's no, quote unquote, I heard there's nowhere to put it. The key to this in this phase of the energy, in this time phase of the timeline, is that you need to understand that even if you just have to let something go, if there's no one to delegate part of the burden to, there is no harm in putting some of it down indefinitely. Okay? That's not a failure at all. It's a win because you're being honest with yourself that you picked up too much in the first place. And it's hindering you. If you're burdened, you're not moving as fast. Your health is going to suffer. Your progress is going to suffer. And that's just hurting you. So the win here is that you're allowing yourself some movement, some freedom, some alleviated weight by letting some of it go. Okay, let's get another one, please, for the Ten of Wands reversed and the Hanged Man. I feel like somebody came to some clarity, like they've been in this Hanged Man energy about getting some perspective on a burden that they had, and then the clarity was, it's got to end. I just got to put it down. I cannot carry this anymore, even if there's no one to delegate it to. If they have somebody who's like, can you pick up some of this slack for me? Can you I heard, can you take some of your own burden so that I can be freed from it? Like they were carrying some of somebody else's burden at the time. So there's no harm in putting this down. But do we want to know what the burden was? Or do we want to move forward? What's going to happen after just clarify the Ten of Wands reverse, please. What was the Ten of Wands reverse? Thank you. Strength. Oh, I love it. Strength just flew out very, very determinedly. I love this. Strength has also been coming out a lot lately. The key with strength is usually in the card, there's the Empress and the Lion, which represents Leo, the Lion of the ego and pride. So in the Strength card, the Empress, which represents the feminine energies of receptivity, diplomacy, compassion, is wrestling with the ego of pride and power and stubbornness or whatever, right? So the key with the two is balancing that power with that peace. You can find peace in being powerful, and you can find power in being peaceful. And strength comes when you can meld the two. So that's what's happening here. Coming out of this crossroads is the fact that somebody is deciding they can put this burden down, and not only does it take strength to put it down, but their strength is increased by putting it down. Wonderful. Can we get another card here, please? Clarify strength. Thank you. Strength on the Ten of Wands is the Queen of Pentacles. Well, hello, Queen. So what do we have here so far for signs? We've got the Moon, which is Cancer. We've got the Page, which is Cancer. We've got the Chariot, which is Cancer. We've got the Fool, that's Aries energy, and Judgment, that's nothing. That's not anything. So we've got Aries and Cancer so far. Over here, the Hangman is Pisces. Lots going on in Pisces, like I said. Strength is, I believe, Leo, the ego, and the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Queen of Pentacles, I love this energy here. I heard I as soon as they let this go, as soon as they find their strength, as soon as they realize that they are stronger without the burden, Queen of Pentacles energy comes in. Now she has done the work, okay? She is the last queen before the Empress proper, which is amazing because it's the Empress that has tamed the lion in the Strength card. She is I heard organized, she's focused, she's prosperous, she's smart, and she is financially stable in her own right. Now, we need to understand that this does not always mean wealthy, okay? It means she is content in her own prosperity. She's content in her own prosperity. I want to get one more. Oh, they said to do the bottoms. Okay, something was put to the... Oh, see? And that's what it was. Okay. She has... that's... Yeah. I love this. We've got death here, which is a transformation. She is not the same anymore. She is not the same anymore. And it has to do with a Three of Swords heartbreak. And again, we had the Three of Swords here in that Judgment card, and the Four of Swords, which is coming out of the healing process. I love it. Underneath of that, just to keep, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll just do 5 then. But we have the Four of Cups, which is like deciding that something isn't enough. It's fine, but it's not everything that she wanted. Okay, so here we have in the Hangman and the Crossroads that Ten of Wands in reverse, putting down a burden, Strength card, being stronger for it, and finding the strength. It goes hand in hand. It was like a cycle. She had to be, well, I say she because we've got the Queen of Pentacles in this row. But remember, gender ain't shit, okay? This can be a masculine in his queen energy. Everybody has masculine and feminine vibes or energy or whatever in them, and that's to be expected because we're human, okay? So don't get hung up on gender. Anyways, they were at the crossroads, they took a last breath, and they put something down. And it took strength to do that, but it also increased their strength after they did that. That Queen of Pentacles, love it. Prosperous in her own right. I heard I'm happy with what I have because I worked hard for what I have, even if it's just a little. She doesn't have to be wealthy. She doesn't have to own a mansion. She doesn't have to be boss of anything. You know, she can be, of course. That Capricorn energy is very hardworking, very responsible and logical, and you know what I mean? But there are queens at all levels, okay? It's just the idea that you are content in your prosperity. Then we have the Death card here, which means that she came through a transformation, and it had to do with a heartbreak. That Three of Swords, a betrayal, a disappointment, something that she thought, quote unquote thought, because swords are mental energy, something that she thought was in her favor. And she put effort into. And it came after a hard decision also, because the 3 comes after the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is represented by somebody who's blindfolded, trying to make a hard decision. There was no good options there. So something that she had to let go of was very disappointing. So let's go to the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune card is fate and change. It's a change of fortune. So what is her change of fortune here? I love that it's in the upright. What is the, thank you. It's the Six of Swords, a new movement. And we did have the Chariot here. So maybe she's ready to move now. This person, our person is ready to move, whether this is you, the viewer, or somebody in your energy, somebody's ready to finally move. Because they know that something in the future is better. They're moving on to something better in the future. So what are they moving on to? Can you clarify the Six of Swords? A change of fortune. Oh, I love it. Change of fate, change of fortune. If this is a change of fate, I feel like now is an opportunity for them to move on to something. We've got the Nine of Wands, which is putting up boundaries because they've been through so much. The Nine of Wands comes after the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is determined momentum, whether it's communication or some people just straight interpret it as a card of communication, but it is a card of action. So there was some kind of action taken, or there will be, and it will lead to them putting up some boundaries. It's almost like they're leaving on this boat and they're shutting a gate behind them. Love it. Please clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify and elaborate on the Nine of Wands, please. What do we have? Oh, that's too many. But I want this person, whoever this person is that's listening, or whoever this resonates with, the key with the Six of Swords, because the swords, again, are mental energy. So be careful with how, if you're moving on to something that has promise, that is a new phase, a new adventure, whatever you're going towards is not tainted yet with any baggage that you're taking with you. You are, those swords represent what you're taking with you. And since it's mental energy, make sure that that mental energy is good, okay? This is a new outlook. This is hopes. This is plans. This is optimism. Make sure it's not the negative swords, the negative self-talk, the doubt, the guilt, the blame. Make sure it's not any of those swords. When you go for, because in the Rider-Waite deck, the seven of swords, or the Six of Swords, are all stuck in the boat. So if this is negative self-talk, all those swords is just going to create holes in the boat and you'll sink before you get there, okay? So make sure that that Nine of Wands, those boundaries, that guarding yourself so that you can mentally heal, make sure that that is also against anything that you might tell yourself in this new phase, okay? Please clarify the Nine of Wands. That's way too many. Stop yelling at me. So there's a change of fate here. I mean, the wheel has spun. It has come into the upright position. Our person is in an energy of going towards their new fortune, towards a new fate. So make sure that Six of Swords is not piercing anything in the boat, okay? On top of the Nine of Wands, we've got the Two of Pentacles. All right. This might have to do with something financial. It's a new start. It's right after the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a gift from the divine. The Ace, to me, is like the bean from Jack and the Beanstalk, it's one thing, and then you plant it and you hope for the best. Here in the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling what you had with what you want, or what you had with this new addition, okay? That almost came out reversed, though, so let me double check this meaning here. What does it mean when it's in the reverse? It might be putting something down. Again, that idea of putting something down. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Ah, okay. Okay. In the reverse, this says it's indicating financial instability, yes, but also it's indicating forgotten or missing useful skills. So in the upright, I believe that somebody is rediscovering useful skills that they had forgotten they had. And that is going to definitely aid them in juggling these two things. It could be let me think here, because I feel like it's trying to integrate or balance, so bringing something with you versus creating something new. Oh, that's too many. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Man again, crossroads energy. The Queen of Cups, somebody who is psychically online and ready to ready to love again, in a powerful position of loving again. This also gives me Cancer energy, even though the Queen of Cups is Pisces. This is somebody who is emotionally mature, somebody who is in touch with their intuition, in tune with their higher self. And even after this Three of Swords, even after this moment of I won't say hardship, but there's challenge here in this moving on energy here. Of course there's going to be challenge, but they recognize, again, Hangman energy. That's Pisces energy. And like I said, a lot is going on in Pisces right now. So this could be, it's like they embarked and they put up their boundaries. They're handling their stuff, because I feel like they're showing me how in the boat they have these two juggling balls and they're just kind of in the zone, handling their business, using these hidden talents that they totally forgot about. And then there's Hangman energy here again. Like, I feel like this is a meditative state. I love this. Somebody is gaining some real deep perspective on what their fate is. And I heard it's in their hands, because they're the ones with the two juggling balls. My fate is in my hands. Queen of Cups. Now she's like leveled up. I love this. She's ready to love again. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Cups and the Lovers. Ooh. And the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God. And the Sun. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? Three of Cups, celebration. With the Lovers. Oh, I love it. And the Ten of Pentacles. That's prosperity for generations. And then the Sun, coming into the Sun. We've got Moon energy to begin with, and we've got the Sun ending it. I love this. Let's see. I'm going to lay this out like this. Three of Cups, the Lovers, Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, the best card in the deck. All the blessings, all the clarity, strength renewed. New beginnings, growth and warmth, beautiful. We're going to end that part there. I love this. I will probably take a screen cap of this so you guys can see it, and I'll put it as the thumbnail. Let me move this back a little bit. Can you see that? It's a little bit washed out. Let me adjust the light here a little. Okay, and I'll turn this down. You guys, it's gorgeous. Bam. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's not like there's no challenge here. There's no challenges here. There's no speed bumps. There's no hardship. There is. But with the right frame of mind. And part of the frame of mind is not only that Nine of Wands in reverse, putting down the burden, but it's that Nine of Wands, or not only the Ten of Wands in reverse, putting down the burden, but this Nine of Wands in the upright is putting up strong boundaries. Okay, not only so that you can't go back to the old cycle, but so nothing from the old cycle can follow you. In that Six of Swords boat, moving on to a much more prosperous future. Okay, wonderful energy, because, and this has been going through the readings very much so, in the future we're all being kind of ferried um into this time frame where soulmates are coming in, new love is coming in, you know. It was just Page of Cups energy, and then there was like no more cups, and then here we've got the like, bam, right out of nowhere, Three of Cups, celebration with a Lover's card, Ten of Pentacles, prosperity, the sun, illumination, joy, blessings, warmth, growth, abundance, just plain old happiness. Love it. Absolutely love it. So we're going to go to the angels and ancestors oracle messages next. Oh, I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave a thumbs up. Is this too low? We'll put it up a little bit. There we go. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share my videos. It gets all my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I would love to do a 3-card spread as a personal thank you to you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are in my description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Okay, ancestors, please give us a couple cards for this cycle of movement. I love it. Moving towards a great new love out of a hard cycle. This is somebody who really worked hard to emotionally and mentally empower themselves. One more. We've got the Lord. Take charge. Take charge with authority. Love it. One more, please. Thank you. Oh, and protection guardian. Drop your shields. Okay. That's interesting because the Nine of Wands was telling us to put up our boundaries. And now with the protection guardian, it says that we are in an energy where we can drop those shields. Okay. So let's go to the Lord card first. This is a powerful masculine energy. Again, don't get hung up on gender. Okay. Is that good? The Lord. There we go. It says take charge with authority. Don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. It says sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. Okay. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, what were we talking about with that Two of Pentacles in the reverse? You're regaining something like your gifts, your talents. You're not taking yourself for granted anymore. If you feel that your kindness or gifts were being taken for granted, it's time to change that. That goes along with that burden putting down that burden because your talents and your abilities were not being recognized, even by you. Okay, not just the people around you, even by you. There may be some in the collective who weren't giving themselves enough credit. Okay, it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and the might to overcome drama or excuse me, I lost my place. You have the energy and the might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You're being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. I think that plays into that Queen of Pentacles energy. Because Queen of Pentacles, as the Capricorn, is always interested in upward movement, increase in position, or a better standing, whether in her own mind or in others. So in order to gain that higher ground, extra ground, another step up, a glow up, or whatever, you're gonna have to take authority of your own situation. So now we have protection, a guardian. I was trying to say goddess. Protection guardian. Drop your shields. This says drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Oh, cool. That's that Three of Cups here in the future. Coming with the Lovers. That's a choice. Okay? Choose the joy. I heard choose the joy. Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide. You don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. So you may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that's not your present. And they're telling me with that Six of Swords, moving on, to make sure that's not in your future either. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment, and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Hey, I heard the way is blessed, so don't delay. Okay? I heard your path is blessed, so don't delay. And don't allow yourself to delay yourself either. Oh, I can't because this responsibility. Nope, that's a choice. It's a tough choice, but it's still a choice. So, can we get some final messages for the collective, please, with this beautiful reading? Somebody is healed. Somebody is freeing themselves. Somebody is tentatively but enthusiastically stepping back into the into the waters of loving again, loving themselves, loving others, and moving towards some kind of wonderful celebration. We've got the Sun. Hey, the self and your identity. It's illuminated, generous, warmth, and growing. Playfulness, creativity, and expression. Beautiful. Can we get a couple more, please, for the collective? Thank you. Protection, salt. Look at that. We've got protection guardian and salt protection. So with salt, there are many different kinds of salt rituals you can do. It sounds woo-woo. We've got the cauldron. They said with the cauldron. Hang on a second. My chair keeps sinking. Ah, okay. So salt protection. One thing you can do is you can sprinkle salt in some bath water so that um, you can dry up any negative energies around you. Um, there's one that I've done where you take a lemon and cut it in half, and then you cut that half in fourths, and you put it in a bowl and you sprinkle some good salt over it, and with intention, say just some kind of words of like, dry up any negativity and pull in all prosperity. 3 times. Dry up any negativity and pull in all prosperity. Okay. There's also things where you can do where you can smudge, which is burning sage in your house, and that dissipates negative energy. And then after that, you can sprinkle in the 4 corners, the 4 directions, or along the boundary lines like the windowsills and the doorways, some salt so that anything that comes through those portals towards you, any negative energies there are dissipated. Okay, salt protection and the protection guardian. I love that. Sun, I'm putting here by the Lord because that actually is masculine energy. Love it. Let me get a few more for the collective, please. Get some insight, advice. There we go. Growth. I love that. Growth. See? Growth in all things. Pentacles, cups, which is emotions and feelings. Wands, which is action and ambition. And swords, which is learning and thoughts and intellect. Please clarify, or not clarify, but can we have more? Okay, we've got a couple. Mars energy. I think Mars is still in Cancer, and it has gone direct, so that's good because while it was in reverse, there was like a bottleneck of power, of energy. People weren't able to get any headway on anything they were beginning. I know personally there were some manifestation things that I was putting in the mix and they were getting nowhere, right? The energy was very flat. But here with Mars in direct, it's now an reinvigoration of our power and passion and drive and ambition. So this is wonderful. What else do we have? Ah, look, the wheel. With the wheel of fortune here, what goes around comes around. In this case, it has to do with, of course, fortune and fate. Whereas at some point in the timeline, you may have felt that your fate was out of your hands or out of control. Now the wheel has spun up into the upright and you're being re-empowered to gain control of that chariot that is your fate. So, a few more, please. It is bananas. Hey. Now we have the Eight of Wands in the upright here. Communication, a letter, information, news, open correspondence, and conversation. What do we have? Did we have the Eight of Wands in reverse? Oh, we had the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this is good because Mercury is technically retrograde at the moment, so sometimes that communication and information news or correspondence or conversations, they can be blocked, they can be misunderstood, emails can get dropped, mail can get lost, phone calls don't go through, voicemails get erased, things like that. So even though this came out in the upright, just keep in mind that sometimes, especially for the next couple weeks, I think, communications may be delayed. Okay. We have the self-reliance card that goes along with the Lord card, um, to, being told to take charge and take authority, along with the Queen of Pentacles, very independent and prosperous. This says self-reliant. Don't be afraid to fly solo. That actually has been coming out in the readings recently, of the energy of there's a point in the timeline where some of us will be traveling through it kind of alone. Just like, I don't want to say, I just want to say it's like a feeling of independence. Like some of us in the collective are just going to be like, you know what, I've got to go through this by myself, and that's okay. You know? Oops. Okay. I'm not taking all of these. But this says, be okay with not knowing for sure what might come next, but know that whatever it is, you will be okay. Let's get one more here. Okay, Pluto energy, the underworld, creative destruction. This is Scorpio energy. This has to do with the death card that came out, transformation. Somebody has gone through transformation or is going to. Like I said, everybody's at different points in the timeline. There is a point of opportunity, a portal of just, it's almost like somebody is walking along and then steps in this puddle that they don't even see, and it's just transformative. So this is the purging things that are old, allowing ourselves to evolve, going through this death of the old cycle, and being in a energy of being reborn. Pluto is often called the wrecking ball. It doesn't have to be that dramatic, though. Okay, it's not like it doesn't have to be that dramatic. We don't have the Tower. Here we've got the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. Look inward to the divine within. Get in touch with your higher self and get a larger perspective. Love it. Duh. The dice. Take a chance. And one more, please. Just one. One more for the collective on this new journey. I really like this, you guys. Oh, look at that. Right with the lovers, the soulmate, and the last card. She's his lobster. Okay, there we go. That's what's at the end, the soulmate. Do we want one more, or do we want to sit with that? Is there anything else, or do we want to? Okay. I will take both of them. One of them is advice. Watch for the signs and synchronicities. I've got the Raven here. I really do like the Raven because this is one half of a cooperating pair. And let me explain. On the Nine of Pentacles in one of my decks, and it's well known in conservation and environmentalism, that wolves and ravens work together. And in one of my decks, the wolf is the Nine of Pentacles, which is prosperity in his own right. Okay, self-made prosperity, boss lady energy, working hard to provide for yourself, but also for a possible future with someone else. Now, the raven on the card is the other person that is in this cooperative partnership in order to get you to the Nine of Pentacles, because wolves and ravens work together in nature, because ravens can fly high and see far. They're also carrion birds, Carrion. They eat dead things. Okay, so the raven will fly high and find a carcass, and then they will let out a call that will lead the wolves to their bounty. Okay, so there's somebody out there that may be able to help you along the way to get to that Nine of Pentacles energy. Watch the signs and synchronicities. Um, I also believe this will go along with the soulmate energy because the little trinket, ravens love to steal trinkets. They're like goblins with wings. They love to steal shiny things. And this raven has a trinket in its mouth that is a watch. And the watch says 1111, and that's the soulmate card. Now, the card for medicating dropped, and this can go both ways. This can be medicating with bad things or medicating with good things. Okay, we do see a prescription bottle there, but we also see booze and pills and other things. Okay, I'm not judging. I love it all. Okay, everything in moderation. I will try. Well, maybe not pills. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. Well, pills are part of the medication. So yeah, somebody either is medicating or needs to be medicating, or um, this goes two ways for me. It's a little nudge to maybe not medicate with the bad stuff so much, but it's a reminder to medicate with the good. Basically, dude, basically they're saying take your meds. That's pretty much it. I was beating around the bush because I was trying to not sound judgmental or whatever, but basically they're saying take your meds. All right, check the dosage, get your checkups, um, especially those medications that are for like anxiety or for that negative self-talk. Okay, otherwise there may be somebody in the mix that is over medicating with negative things. So watch out for that. Like I said, I'm here not here to judge. I do not judge. I love booze. I love weed. I love my anti-anxiety medications. So I'm not here to judge. And I think we'll take this as the last one. We've got the clover, Jupiter energy, a little bit of luck. This is a time of lightheartedness, being untroubled, having humor, being happy. These are, oh, I'm sorry, happy coincidences, small joys, being in the right place at the right time. The clover represents the energy of like the parking spot angel. Oh my God. And we do have the chariot here. That's movement and, travel. So maybe this little clover is saying once you get to where you're supposed to be going on that boat with the Six of Swords, once you get there, you're going to have prime parking space. Everything's going to open up on the way. I hope that resonated with you guys. What do we have coming up next? This is the collective read. We've got Love with the Fairies coming. We've got the moon reading on the 18th, and Aries placements are up next in the rotations. That's what I have coming up for you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me this long. I hope I didn't stutter too bad. Until I see you guys again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.